Go. Okay. Awesome. Well, good day. Hope you guys are all having a beautiful morning there in Australia. I was lucky enough to go there. My name is Annie Schwartz, and I get to introduce to you today our fearless leader, AANA Camp. She is an international marketing director with Miriam International. She has been an amazing mentor to me for the last 4 years, and was the first person that came in my living room to share this beautiful product and amazing business model. And so I couldn't be more thrilled to not only have her train us today, but to have her share with you her story and all the wonderful things that Miriam has to offer. So AANA, thank you so much for being here today, and take it away.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Annie. I so love working with you. You're one of the most extraordinary leaders, and you and Robert have really gone out there and changed, oh my goodness, hundreds, if not thousands of lives with Miriam. And it's been so fun to watch the journey and to be really part of that myself. Not only you guys great leaders, but I call you some of my best friends. And that's one of the benefits for you guys that are taking a look at this and getting your businesses started off the ground in Australia. Is you have no idea the people that you're going to meet, the incomes that you're going to generate, and the lives that you're going to change as a result of saying yes to being part of this. I personally got back from Australia, just a few short weeks ago now, and it seems like it was just yesterday. I cannot wait to go back. It's amazing. I remember Annie and Robert got back and said, "Anna, you're going to love it. The people are so warm and so welcoming, and the coffee is amazing." And she was right. So a little bit about me, guys. I want to just hop into this. We want to be respectful of your time. We want to see if we can give you just a ton of really good nuggets here to help you get your business started. But a little background about me. I live here in Southern California. I started with Miriam 4.5 years ago over a cup of coffee that changed my life. And I can remember very vividly, I was not interested in this as a business, but when I saw the pictures, oh my gosh, did I want some of that? And that's a key really for you. If you're listening in and wanting to get some training today, one of the biggest keys is the use of those pictures, because it was the pictures that really got my attention. And I remember my friend just saying, take a bottle home, try it for yourself, take your before pictures, and I'm going to come back and get it in a week. And when he told me that I could get it for free, that really got me excited, because what you don't know about me is that I was $45,000 in credit card debt, on the verge of losing my home. It was a very difficult time financially, and I needed free. And I went home, couldn't sleep for 3 nights, kept thinking about, wow, who did I know that would want to try this product if in fact it worked? And I was thinking either he knows something I don't know, or he's an idiot. And I needed to know, and I actually went online. I bought a business pack without any of the benefit of what you guys know today, or what all of us know today, this amazing success, this track record that we've had. I knew none of that because the company was fairly new. But I bought a business pack knowing that there was 100% money back guarantee. I figured I'd try it on my friends. We take all the before and after pictures, and certainly it wouldn't work. And I could send it all back, and I would get that guy off my back. I would save him from that bad company, and I wouldn't have to think about this thing called Miriam ever again. But that's not what happened, because the pictures were amazing, my own personal pictures. In about 2 weeks, I could see the results. 9 of my friends got great results. And of course, the rest is history. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to focus on making money for myself. I'm going to focus on the people. I'm going to focus on helping people look better, helping people live better. And I'm really going to press in and figure out how to do this business, because I wanted to bring people into this business knowing that I knew what I was doing. And so if you're listening in, I want to give you huge kudos for being part of this, because training is very, very important, but none of it is any good if you don't take what you learned today and go out and do the activity. So I want to jump into some information, and I want to tell you that when we get somebody, I'm going to be talking sort of from 2 perspectives: how to get yourself started right, but I also want you to imagine how you're going to be helping other people get started right as well yourself as you get better at it. Because in the beginning, you're going to be able to have people tune into this video and you're going to be able to have them be able to watch and get some training on how to get started right and how to get started quickly. But as you move along too, you'll be able to do these trainings someday by doing these for somebody else. So even though you're learning for yourself how to build your business, but you're ultimately learning too how to help other people do the same. And eventually you'll be able to do just exactly what we're doing here, and you'll be able to train people as well. So one of the things I want to say first and foremost is hopefully by now you've done your new brand partner training online, your online training. So if you haven't, please mark that down as you're taking notes as something that you must do right away. You have to do it yourself because you need to know and establish the foundation for your business. But also you need to know where to direct new people that you have coming on board. So you're going to log in your back office. You're going to go right there. You'll see a big orange box. You can't miss it. It says Online Training Center. You're going to go right there and click it, and you'll be able to go through the modules. If you sit down and do it all at one time, it should take you only about an hour. So this business is built for very busy people, able to do this in their spare time, part-time, and that's what's so great about it. So as we go along here, I'm going to go through the slides. I don't know if let me see if I can grab them. Okay, I have the remote, it looks like. I know Annie's on the controls on the other side. There we go. Oh, that went really fast. Sorry, guys. I'm getting used to the mouse and how it works with the slides. Okay, so there we go. So in getting started in this business, one of the most important things that you really need to do, boy, this is super touchy. There we go. One of the most important things that we want to help you do is really figure out why it is for you. When I got started here and I saw the pictures of my friends and the great results, I really thought, wow, maybe I could make $500 or $1,000 a month. I had no idea that it would turn into what it did here. But I was crystal clear on my why. I really wanted to be successful at this. I really wanted to change my financial picture. I had hoped this would be it, but I didn't know because I didn't know anyone who'd earned an iPad or a Lexus. I didn't know if the company even paid a paycheck because I'd never gotten one. So suffice it to say for you guys listening, please know we have gone before you. We have helped create not only the Fast Start game plan that you're going to see here, but also how to do this business very spare time, part-time. And so it all begins with the why, because what's very, very easy to do is also very easy not to do. And because we do this, are you moving through the slides, Annie? There's a ghost touching the slides. Because we build this in our, a lot of us begin in our spare time. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to get distracted by life. So you really need to make sure that you know why it is that you're doing this business. It could be for time. I recently had a finance director at a car dealership tell me that he didn't have time. He makes a huge income, about $300,000 a year, but he didn't have time. And that's what he wanted. He got started with Miriam for the time because he wants to live a life where he can actually spend time with his family. He wants to be able to travel. What is it that you want? Are you here because you want a new car? Is it a handbag? Is it a vacation property? Do you want to retire aging parents? Do you want to stop worrying about bills yourself? Whatever it is, you have to be crystal clear because every single thing here begins with the why. It's like the umbilical cord that keeps you connected. And make yourself a dream board. This dream board that you see here is very real. What you focus on expands. Focus on good things. Surround yourself with great people and with people that are going in the same direction as you are. I think we're ready for the next slide, but I think Annie, no, I'm still doing it. If you're on that side, Annie, go ahead and change the slides for me. But once you establish your why, if you haven't done it, sit down, have a cup of coffee and establish why you want to do this business. And then you're going to build your list. If you've already done the online training, you would have been taken through a module that helps you build your list. And we're looking for really 50 to 100 people on this list. Go through your Facebook, your phone, your email, your Instagram, all your social media platforms, and begin writing down names. And I want you to build this list as though you had 15 minutes to build it and you got $1 for every name you put on it, so that you could move really, really quickly and just get the names down on the list. The reason this is important is because what you'll learn as you build your business is we're just looking to expose as many people as possible to Nerium. We're taking them from not knowing anything to knowing about Nerium, and we're going to teach you how to do that on this webinar. But the reason you need a lot of people is you never know who it is that's going to be the person who is dying for these products. You never know who the person is who wants to do this business. There's been so many times that I had somebody get started that I thought was going to be a superstar, and they really didn't do much. But then on the other hand, the person who I never thought would be interested was interested and led me to some extraordinary people. It's not who you know, but who they know. So build yourself a very big list. In building this list, we're going to sort the list out, if I can get, yay, into 4 separate categories. Some people live close, and they'll be able to come to what we call an RRP. An RRP is really, it stands for a Real Results Party. And I don't even like to call them parties because I think people get really hung up on this, but it's just a way to invite some people over to be able to expose multiple people at one time to what you're doing at Nerium. Our product prospecting system is where we allow someone to try the product, like I did with my friends, try the product and see how they like it. And we're going to talk about how to do that. There are people that are not close. They're not necessarily close enough to come to your house and have a look at a video and have a great night out. We call them a lot of times wine and wrinkles parties, coffee and cream if it's in the morning, of course, coffee and night cream, lots of different fun names we have for them. But there are people that aren't close enough to try the product where you could hand it to them or to come to a get together at your home. Those people you're going to be able to expose through our video platform. And you have that platform in Go Build, which is in your back office. And this will allow you to send information to people that you can't see in person. And then the last one is a sit down. I was actually exposed over a sit down over a cup of coffee from a friend of mine. And I began exposing people the same way because that's what my friend did to me. He said, come have a cup of coffee. Oh my gosh, there's been a discovery in science and anti-aging. This stuff delivers results the world's never seen before. And we did all of this over a cup of coffee. So naturally, I went out and began to do the same thing. Invite people to have a cup of coffee. I would say the same thing. Oh my gosh. You might say something like, oh my gosh, there's a proven company. This company's done $1 billion in sales in anti-aging. We're sitting on a gold mine. You have got to take a look at this. This company's looking for some sharp people, and you're one of the first people I thought of. You got to see this. And you might invite people out to a sit down. But what I quickly learned was exposing one person at a time. And so I will always tell anybody in any country, everywhere I go, that the fastest way to build this business really is through RRPs, where you can expose multiple people. We're going to talk more about that as we go along here. So these are examples and ways that you can, hold on guys, that you can invite to your Real Results Party. So again, I don't like to call these parties when I'm talking to a new person and I'm getting them started. People get all hung up in what if nobody comes? What if my house isn't good enough? What if I don't have the greatest food? Don't get caught up in any of that, because these are really great ways to invite people. And these are scripts actually that Annie and Robert put together that I absolutely love. So, hi so-and-so, I just got started with a new project. I finally found a way to make some income to help my parents. And, part of the training involves me sharing this information in front of a group of people. And really, basically, you're just going on to say here is, I'm kind of nervous, but I'm just asking some of my best friends to come over and help me out. We're going to have wine and cheese, so it's going to be really fun. Come over so I can practice on you. And basically, that's the concept. Come over, support me. I just want to practice on you. And it's a great way to have people come over. The other one is, come over, inviting somebody to watch, inviting somebody to watch a video. Hi, so-and-so, my company's got this great video on, I've been asked to do a quick survey. It's just a couple 2-3 minute video. And, honestly, it would be the greatest thing if I could get your opinion. If I text you the video, would you just take a look and just let me know, what you think. And I'm running, I love this part. I'm running for a promotion. Basically, you're saying, help me. You're my great friend. Help me out with this. Most of our friends, people that we know, would love to help us do anything. Another great way to expose people, you can expose them via text message. You can just say, hey, so-and-so, hey, Annie, if I sent you something, would you give me your opinion? Yes. Text them a couple of before and after pictures. They always come back and say, oh, wow, what is it? Or who is that? Or what, right? So if you're paying attention or you're following along the concept of this, all we're really doing here is we're piquing people's interest. Oh man, I can't get this to go slow. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to make you dizzy on that end. So really what we're doing is we're mastering the 2-a-day system. We're taking people from not knowing about Nerium to knowing about Nerium, and we do it 2 people a day. And the reason we say this is because it's very, very simple. Anybody can expose somebody they know on their way from their job in their cubicle on their way to the bathroom. I always say if you go to the bathroom during your work day, on the way you can actually expose 2 people. Because it's so simple. What we're doing here is piquing interest. So you can see by the 2 ways that we talked about inviting to a party and also inviting to watch a video, as well as just the simple text inviting to, what do you think about these pictures? We're just piquing interest. We didn't call them and say, oh my gosh, there's this company called Nerium, they've done $1 billion in sales. Oh, and by the way, and you get, 3-year free and you get the product for free. And, Jeff Olson, he wrote this book called The Sharp Knife, and going on and on and on and throwing up all over them. Rather, we're really piquing interest. We're getting them to become interested in a way that is not selling, in a way that is not throwing all kinds of information all over them. So wouldn't you agree that it's so much better if you could get somebody interested so that they were coming toward you wanting more information rather than you going toward them trying to sell them something? And that's really what we teach you to do. So if you can pique interest, then you can give somebody something that is not you delivering the information. So if you can get somebody interested just by saying, maybe you just heard that they're trying to help their elderly parents. Maybe if you said, gosh, Cindy, I remember you telling me that, you're really concerned about your parents, and I know that you're really looking for a way. I've got something. If I gave you some information, would you take a look at it? Yes. And then we can follow up with information. Maybe we've exposed somebody by the simple text message saying, if I sent you something, would you give me your opinion? And then we texted them a before and after picture. And they came back again, right? We piqued their interest because now they're curious and now they're coming toward us for more information. So the second step in this is to use a third-party tool, something that is not you talking. So in the example, the text example that I gave you when I said, hey, Cindy, if I sent you something, would you give me your opinion? I piqued your interest. And they said, yes. The third-party tool I used in this example were pictures. It's one of the best tools we have. So the pictures really speak volumes because people are thinking, wow, how do I get those results? Oh my gosh, I want some. What is that? Right? And if you simply, your next step to that was, hey, you know what? I've got an extra bottle. I'd love you to try it. I don't need you to do anything. Just try the product. Or maybe you said, you know what? You got to come over to my house, having some people over for wine and cheese. If you come, you know what? I might be able to get you a free bottle so you could try it. Love to share what we're doing with you. So as you can see, I'm not selling. I'm not giving up all the information at one time. If you start throwing all that information on people, then you begin to sell and they begin to back away. So So pique their interest and then give them something that's not you talking. Pictures, a magazine, a video, the product to try for free. These are all what we call third-party tools that are going to deliver information that's not you talking. And the next step to this is following up. Following up and finding out, hey, you know, I know you've been trying Miriam for the last 5 to 7 days. What did you like best about it? Oh my gosh, did you notice right away how soft your skin feels? That's like one of the first things people notice. Did you notice that? Yes. So we're going to follow up from there. The next step is to get them to some kind of live event. A live event might be your get together at your home. A live event might be a local market party in your area. And you see that this circle that you see here, or this process that you see, is created in this form or the shape of a circle, because we're really taking people and we're moving them through this process until they have enough information to make a decision whether this business or product is right for them. So the next part of this is how we share the product properly, okay? And this is very important because, right, once you've piqued interest, it's very easy to share the product with somebody. It's very easy to say, oh my gosh, I got an extra bottle. Why don't you just try it? Why don't you just see for yourself? Okay, so there's several steps here that are very important, because in all that we do, I would say the number one vehicle to pique interest is the pictures. It's the easiest. So if you haven't loaded up your phone with some before and after pictures, it's absolutely key to all of this to do that. You can actually go on a website called 90daygallery.com. It's the number 90. And you can, from there's thousands and thousands, if not 100,000 pictures that you can actually put on your phone. Whoever sponsored you and your upline in this business would be happy to send you tons of pictures. We've all got tons and thousands of pictures. Okay, so you want to have pictures on your phone. So the product prospecting system, you heard me talk about piquing interest. I pique interest all the time by using pictures. Quick story, I was on a plane the other day, and I got struck up a conversation with a woman next to me, and eventually I just really was asking her about her. Oh my gosh, what do you do? Are you going home? Where are you going? Are you going on vacation? And I'm really just getting to know her. And in the process of this, eventually she says, what do you do? And I said, oh my gosh, I'm in the anti-aging business. And I just stopped. And then she came back and said, seriously? Anti-aging? Well, like, what do you mean anti-aging? Like, what do you do? And I said, way easier to show you than tell you. And I just pulled out my phone, and it was just, look, way easier to show you. This is what I do, look. And by doing that, she became very, very interested. And she was from the South, and she said, oh my gosh, well, you're going to be my best friend. And that led, ultimately to a sale. And she's looking at now possibly doing the business. But it all began with this part, which was piquing the interest and letting her try the product. And so here's the important parts to this. There are 4 things that are critically important in sharing the product. Number 1, the person that you're giving the bottle to they want it. They're excited to try it, and you've done a good job of piquing their interest, and they're thrilled to get a bottle to try. Okay. The second thing to this is absolutely you have to take their picture. No picture, no product, no bottle. Okay. Take their picture. You can always text them that night and tell them to take another picture with their makeup off, and remind them that night to try the product, or to make sure they use the product. But you cannot forget this step. I know Annie will agree with me. There's been so many times that we've shared a product with somebody and we didn't get a picture because they promised us they would send us their picture and never did. And then now we have no picture. So, and they're saying, oh, I don't think this works, because we're not able to show them how well it really works by sharing the pictures. So the second step, make sure you take a picture. The next step to this, make sure you tell them how to use it. And please tell them how awesome the scent is. Tell them how to use it. Because remember, you're face to face with the person when you're giving them the bottle. So I like to put a little on the back of their hand. I kind of rub it in a little bit and I say, oh my gosh, I love the botanical scent. My husband thinks it smells like a spa, right? Because it doesn't smell like perfume. And so many of our products smell like perfume that we're not used to something that smells so beautiful and so botanically based. So definitely you want to show them how to use it. Make sure you tell them to use it, of course, with water, because the night cream goes on damp or wet skin. So, you know, if you do this right, it's very simple. And then the last thing is schedule a pickup date. If you forget to tell them that you need to pick the bottle up in the next 5 to 7 days, then they're going to think that you just gave them a free bottle. And now you've given away your employee, because these bottles are our employees. They're what builds this business for us. And so if you do this right, you'll be able to get the bottle back and give it to the next person. Each bottle has enough for 4 people to sample it, because each bottle is a 30-day supply or a month supply, which is 4 weeks supply, right? So 4 people in 4 weeks per bottle. So I might say the follow-up for me, scheduling the pickup date for me, would be something like, gosh, Annie, you know what? I've got to get that bottle back in the next 5 to 7 days. I've got a wait list a mile long. I've got people that are dying to use this product. So I've got to get it in Claudia's hands on Sunday. Which is better for you? If I pick it up from you when I see you in the carpool lane when we're picking up our kids on Friday? Or would it be better if I grabbed it when I saw you at church on Sunday? So I scheduled a pickup day. Another great tip here is, if you can do this, it works really effectively. If you can schedule the pickup date at the same time as you're having people over to your home, it's great, because you can say, you know, I'm going to give it to you today, but can you come back Tuesday night, having some people over? We're just celebrating. I'm super excited. Bring it back to me on Tuesday. And that way you can sit and have a glass of wine with us. I would love it. I'm going to be home for the evening. Just come on by. So it's great because they're bringing the product back 9 times out of 10 or 10 out of 10. They haven't had a great result in the last 5 to 7 days. And so now you have a testimonial right there in your living room at your party. Okay, so that's a little side tip that you can do as well. I also make sure that I mention when I'm giving somebody the bottle to try for free, I also tell them, gosh, you know what? I know you're going to love this. You know, just so you know, you can get this product for free. It's amazing. The company has a great program where you can get it for free. So I'm going to run through these steps, kind of how it would sound. I'm going to be sort of role playing, okay? So I'm giving the product to Annie, and we're standing face to face. I've already piqued her interest. She's seen the pictures. She's super excited. And I'm going to say, oh my gosh, Annie, I'm so excited for you to use this. You are going to love the results you see in the next 30, 60, 90 days. So I've got to take your picture. So I take her picture. I say, look, let me just take a second and tell you how to use it. Give me your hand. Let me put a little on the back of it. You want to put this on with a damp or wet skin, because the product doesn't have any water in it. So we're just going to apply this on damp or wet skin. And oh my gosh, don't you love the way it smells? Smell it. Oh my goodness. It has the most beautiful botanical scent. It's so calming. My husband loves it. So say something favorable. And then the last part is, okay, now listen. I've got to get this back from you, Annie, in the next 5 to 7 days. I've only got a couple of these bottles, and everybody in Australia has been dying to get this product. Oh my goodness. So I've got to get it back. So could I get it back from you on Friday when I see you, you know, when we pick up the kids, or maybe Sunday? What would be better for you? And so giving them a choice on when to get it back is another way too. Shall I pick it up from you on Friday, or could you just deliver it to me on Saturday morning? I'll be home all morning. Which is better? That way it's in their hands. They've told you what they want to do, and now you can hold them to that. Okay? It's a good idea also to have them take their, my goodness. Annie, could you take control back of the mouse for me here, because I can't switch the screens on my side. You're the best. Thank you so much. All right. So one of the most important things that we're going to do with your list is divide your list up into, what are you going to have people do? So are you going to expose the people on your list by inviting them to I'm going to call it a party just for training's sake, your get together. Okay. So the people on your list, if you have 50 people on your list, you should be taking at least everybody that's local and inviting them to come over, okay? You want to schedule 2 of these in your first month, minimum, okay? So if you schedule 2 of these, you have a safety net, because when you invite somebody to come, you have 2 different options. And how it looks is like this. I might say, hey, Annie, what are you doing Tuesday night? So write this down. Clear the date first. When inviting to your get-together, clear the date first. Hey, what are you doing Tuesday night? Oh, gosh, I'm busy. You know, I've got this thing at school with the kids. Oh, shoot, my bad. I'm not talking about Tuesday. I meant Thursday. What are you doing Thursday night, right? So I'm being kind of funny and comical, but I'm telling you, it really works. Because if you just say, hey, I'm having some people over, and you got to come over, and it's Tuesday night, you've already told them all about what you're doing. They're not curious anymore. And now they can say, oh, I've got something else to do. I'm busy, right? They may be keeping it open for maybe the bigger, better deal. So when you're inviting, definitely you want to have at least 2 dates on the calendar. You want to invite many more people than you think are going to come, because people at the last minute often cancel. And listen, not everybody can come on the night that you're doing this, and that's okay, because we do a lot of these. We have partied our way through this business, and we have an absolute blast doing them. Okay, so this is in inviting. These are some keys to inviting, because you guys, this business is built in living rooms. It's been built on living rooms all across the United States, Mexico, Canada, South Korea, Japan, and now Australia, and soon to be Hong Kong and Colombia. So just, you guys, trust us when we tell you this is the best and fastest way to build a business, having some people over. So you definitely have to follow up. So you've got, say, 10 people that say they're going to come. You want to make sure you follow up. So you want to text them, you know, a couple days later, hey, can't wait, I'm super excited, or email them, whatever the preferred method of communication is. Make sure they have your address and the time, and you definitely want to touch them again the day of. If we could build this entire business by texting, we'd all be rich. I promise you, you cannot build this business by texting, but you can definitely set appointments, create curiosity, follow up with people to make sure they're coming to your appointment, make sure they're coming to your get-together at your house. You can definitely use texting for all those things, but you do have to pick up the phone and call people, and you do have to say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Just started a project. I'm celebrating, and it would not be the same without you. You've got to come. Oh my gosh, you can make it, right? So the more excited and more enthusiastic you are, the less likely people are to say no, okay? When somebody starts to say, well, I just need to know, well, what is it? What do you mean? You know, and come over. Well, why? What is it? What's your new project? I say this, and you guys, Annie will tell you the same thing. We have built a massive business by saying this. You know what? It's 90% visual. Just come. Oh my gosh, we're going to have a blast. You're going to be so glad you did. If you ever feel like somebody thinks that you're inviting them to something where they have to buy something or spend money, just say, look, I don't need you to do anything or buy anything. Leave your checkbook at home. Just come. It would mean the world to me if you would come out and just support me. Just take a look. So as you can see by the way that I'm doing this, I'm being light, I'm having fun. You will have a lot of success if you're light and excited and fun. So invite people out to these parties, and we are absolutely going to help you from our end, Zoom in and teach you how to do them on the day up. But they're very, very simple. You're just going to invite people, little mix and mingle, and we're going to play a video for them. And somebody from your upline is going to help you. A couple of things that I want to bring to mind really quick are events that we have coming up. And then I'm going to wrap up with exactly what to do after you get off this Zoom, okay? So that's going to be the most important part, is the wrap up. So we are, as you know, our global business is expanding, and we're super excited about the events that we have coming up. So Saturday, November 19th in Sydney is our chief field officers, Mark and Tammy Smith, will be there. They're the top income earners in the company. They are absolutely amazing. and there will be a regional there. It's an all-day training event from 12 to 5 p.m. And then again on Tuesday, November 22nd, in the Gold Coast, you see the Gold Coast Convention Center from 7 to 9. There will be an opportunity meeting, an event there where you can bring guests to expose them to the information. A great way really to bring people and share the information and the good news of Miriam. Because remember, this is all about exposing people. So the training is there just for brand partners to train the brand partners. If you had somebody that was very interested in the business, they could come to the training, absolutely. But really our event that would be on the 22nd, the live event would be more geared toward bringing somebody to share the information about the products and also about the business. So a quick wrap up, guys. This is what to do next. Make sure that you've done your online training, number one. Number two, make sure you're crystal clear on why you want to do this business so that you don't get distracted. Okay, make a vision board and really focus on where you're going, because it's easy to get distracted and you've got to stay steady. The person that stays the most steady the longest is the one who actually wins the game here. The next thing on your list is to make sure that you know that our goal is to help you fast start qualified. We want to help you pick up all the money on the table. So in your first 30 days, if you have, you get your first 3 brand partners, you can earn $200 in extra commission. If you're a person that likes to get customers and you get 9 customers in your first 30 days, there's a $100 fast start qualifying bonus right there available to you. And we want to help you get all the money you can out of our compensation plan. So you're going to take this list when we get off the phone. You're going to put your dates on the calendar. When are you going to have your parties? Okay, schedule those 2 dates, get with your upline and let them know so that we can help you by zooming in and helping you with your parties on the days of the days that you're doing those. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that you get your bottles out. If you're a person that started with the regular kit for $6.95, then you got 4 bottles of night cream and 3 bottles of day cream. So the example here would be, you want to make sure, if you're going to keep a bottle for yourself to use, you want to make sure that those other 3 bottles are out. They need to be out to 3 bottles this week, get them back. Sorry, 3 people this week, get them back out again, 3 people next week, and so on and so forth. Because in 4 weeks, you can give those bottles to 12 people. 12 people can try the products. So think about this for a minute. If you have 2 parties, and let's just say you only had 5 people come to one and 5 people come to the other, you've exposed 10 people to the products and to the business. If you take the product and you give it out to 12 people, right, over the next 4 weeks, and you do it right, you're going to have before and after pictures of 12 people. You've exposed what you're doing to 12 more people by letting them try the product. So if you had 10 people who came to the parties and you had another 12 people, that's 22 people in the course of a month. Listen, I'm not mad at you if you want to go faster. That's why if you bought more product, it's even better, because you can get these bottles out to more people. And that's the name of the game. That's the key to this whole business, because it's very easy to lead with the product. The products work. So you really want to get into massive action. This is exactly what to do. So schedule your parties, begin inviting, start piquing interest, use the pictures, use the bottles of Miriam, use the videos, use all that we have to expose those people on your list as quickly as possible. Once you've exposed them and you need help, reach out to those of us that are in the business on exactly how to pick up the bottle properly, on exactly how to follow up with somebody after you've exposed them to pictures or a video. And we can help you with the next steps. But get into massive action and you will have massive, massive success. So I want to turn it back over to you, Annie. Thank you so much for letting me come on here and just give a little bit of the tips of the trade. And I'm going to turn it back to you. Thanks again, Annie.
Thank you so much, Anna. As you can see, guys, that was one awesome training and a great reminder to even somebody like me who, has definitely been able to get people started right. But boy, that was just that was a great reminder. You guys, we are so excited for Australia, and we are so excited for this training on Saturday morning. So AANA and I want to definitely invite you back with your new brand partners next week, and bring your brand partners. We're going to be training on some other stuff that we think will help you, and we'll have some other trainers to train you. And this will be something that you can, help not only yourself, but your growing team there in Australia to, to grow faster and to have a lot of fun. So thank you, AANA, so much for everything. And thank you guys for joining in today. I hope you have a lovely, lovely weekend there in Australia. And we will see you very, very soon. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, AANA.